believe me, my king. That man is a ghost.
You are a joker, boy.
But I swear it is true.
Something is wrong here. That young man is hiding something from us.
Mother, I swear, that man is a ghost.
It's a lie.
The village of Umuoji was in full celebration for the New Yam Festival. Drums rolled through the compounds, palm wine flowed from gourd to cup, and the smell of roasted yam and pepper soup filled the evening air. Everyone was eating, drinking, laughing, and dancing under the light of lanterns and cooking fires. Everyone except 8-year-old Ikenna, who sat quietly at the edge of the square with his legs crossed, his small face still and serious, as though carrying a burden too heavy for his age. Then the air changed. A presence walked into the square, and though no one else seemed to notice it, Ikenna's whole body went cold. He tugged at his mother's wrapper and pointed toward the entrance of the square. "Mama, look, that is a ghost." His mother glanced up, saw only a tall, strikingly handsome young man stepping into the firelight, and laughed. "That is not a ghost, my son. That is a very handsome young man." But even as she said it, something curious passed through the crowd. Nobody knew this stranger. Nobody had seen him before. Not his face, not his walk, not his voice. And yet he was so beautiful that the square fell quiet just looking at him. Young maidens began whispering to each other, already smitten, already imagining their names beside his. Only Ikenna saw him for what he truly was. And a few paces away, Ezemuo the old dibia, chalk lining his weathered face, cowries rattling softly at his neck, felt something twist uneasily inside him. He could not yet say what was wrong, but something was. The Igwe called the stranger forward. "Young man, where do you come from? We do not know your face in this land." "I come from a land very far from here," the stranger answered smoothly, bowing with practiced grace. Ikenna shot to his feet. "He is lying. He is not from any land. He is a ghost. He came from the evil forest." The square erupted in laughter, the Igwe laughing loudest of all, waving his fly whisk as though swatting away the boy's foolishness. Ezemuo said nothing. He did not want to be laughed at alongside the child, not when he himself had not yet found the source of his unease. Then the stranger raised his voice again. "I have come to test the strength of this land. Let your strongest men fight me. If one of them defeats me, I will leave and trouble you no more. But if I win, I will take your princess as my wife." The young men of Umuoji straightened with pride. Okonkwo the wrestler, Namdi the hunter, Chidi the blacksmith's son, all of them stepped forward eagerly, for any man who married Princess Adaeze would sit close to the throne forever. "Please don't fight him," Ikenna cried out. "He is a ghost. He has come to suck your blood and take the princess away." The crowd laughed harder than before. The Igwe, shaking his head, said, "Bring food for this boy. Hunger has clearly confused his tongue." The laughter swelled, drummers pausing to join in, and Ikenna's mother, burning with shame, seized his arm. "Ikenna, never embarrass me like this again, do you hear me?" The boy sat down, his eyes wet, but his gaze never left the stranger. The fight began with Okonkwo. He circled the stranger, muscles gleaming, the crowd chanting his name, and then in one motion too fast for any eye to follow, he was on the ground, unmoving. The drums stopped. The crowd gasped. Okonkwo did not rise. Nandi rushed forward next, and within moments he too lay still beside his friend. One after another, the strongest men of the village fell, and none of them stood again. It had never happened in Umuoji. No man had ever died in a wrestling match, not in all the memory of the elders. Fear crept into the Igwe's chest. He began, just a little, to believe the strange boy's words. Ezemuo, watching the bodies being carried away, felt his unease sharpen into dread, though the shape of the danger still eluded him. He excused himself at once and hurried to his shrine to consult the gods. The stranger dusted his hands and turned to the Igwe. "It is time to honor your word. I have won. I will marry the princess." The Igwe, trembling but bound by his own promise before the whole village, said, "Go now, and return in 2 days. Then you shall marry her." But when word reached Princess Adaeze, she refused. "I will not marry a stranger nobody knows," she said. Yet strangely, no maiden who had looked upon the man's face could shake a certain restlessness afterward, a pull they could not explain even as they refused it with their mouths. Adai's refusal did not last. The other maidens whispered of his beauty. Her own heart betrayed her better judgment, and slowly her resolve softened until she insisted she would go through with it herself. Ikenna would not give up. He tried everything a small boy could try. He stood before the elders and begged them to test the man with fire, for spirits feared flame. He ran behind his mother's hut and plucked a particular leaf, one Ezemuo had once shown him, used only for driving out wandering spirits, and rushed toward the stranger, holding it out to touch his skin. The stranger recoiled sharply, stepping back with a flash of something cold behind his eyes, refusing to let the leaf come near him. "Keep that boy away from me." But the villagers only laughed harder, mistaking the man's revulsion for simple irritation at a rude child, never for what it truly was. The Igwe sensed danger stirring beneath his skin, but he did not know how to undo his own word without disgracing himself before his people, and he did not know how to stop the princess without the village accusing him of cheating the stranger out of his prize. 2 days later, the stranger came to collect what he had won. He took Princess Adaize and 2 other maidens, with 2 royal guards assigned to escort them through the forest paths toward his distant land. Ikenna screamed and fought against his mother's grip, but she held him fast, tears in her own eyes now, though still she did not fully believe. The moment they disappeared beyond the trees, Ezemuo burst into the square, chalk smeared, cowries clattering. "That man is no man. He is a spirit of the evil forest, and he will devour every soul that follows him." The village erupted in panic. The Igwe ordered his guards to run after them immediately. "It is too late to catch him," Ikenna said, pressing the leaf into the hands of the fastest guard. "But if you reach the last river before they cross it, throw this leaf into the water, or touch him with it. That is the only thing that can destroy him." The guards ran like the wind, villagers following behind, dust rising from the forest path. By the time they reached the river at the edge of Umuoji's land, the stranger and his guards had almost finished crossing. The princess and 2 maidens still stood on the near bank. When the ghost saw the running guards with the leaf glinting in the moonlight, he understood. He crossed at once to the far side, and there, in the full sight of everyone, his beautiful face split apart and fell away like broken pottery, revealing the twisted, hollow-eyed thing beneath. With a shriek that shook the trees, he turned upon his own guards who had already crossed with him and devoured them whole. The princess and the 2 maidens, screaming, turned and fled back across the river into the arms of the approaching villagers. Only the 3 of them survived. Everyone who had crossed with the spirit was gone, swallowed into the dark water and the darker forest beyond. The ghost let out one final terrible cry before vanishing into the night, as though the earth itself had opened and pulled him under. Back in the village, when the survivors returned trembling and the truth was finally told beneath the moonlight, the Igwe called for Ikenna. He knelt before the boy who had shouted himself hoarse and been mocked at every turn, and the whole village bowed their heads in shame, for the child had seen what no elder's eye could see.